Yesterday we were talking about the golden calves, and actually I had intended to come up here, but didn't make it because of helping those other guys. And then right now I just dropped them off and they're gone jogging off down there. And so they're happy, and I'm happy to be out here with you guys. Good morning. So I just came out over that stile in case you wanted to know what I was doing. There's a famous poem, I see his blood upon a rose, but this is a poppy. And there are a bunch of them over here. I see more and more as I look now, a whole bunch of them. Then these thistles are coming into their own again. And lots of daisies here. People, we got very tough reading today from the Book of Wisdom. I find it amazing. Amazing, marvelous, incredible. It's just absolutely crazy, this Book of Wisdom. I think my camera is not properly balanced, and I don't want to try to fix it because it'll jump out of the gimbal. I don't know, I used to have that very well down pat, but somehow I have a difficulty getting that horizontal, perfectly horizontal piece, but I don't know, I don't want to mess with it now. You can just turn your head at a little angle to get it straight. This one is coming to bloom. And there you have more poppies all over the place. Two very beautiful ones in their fully ripe bloom. It must be the season for the poppies, and here's a different thistle. And the lace, we didn't see that for a while. Is it St. Anne's lace or something? So people, you ready for this difficult reading? It's absolutely amazing, you know. And this is well before Jesus' time, but it's almost like a pre-run movie. But it also applies to many other people. It's the human condition of when you defend justice and truth, it's not always welcome. The wicked said among themselves, thinking not aright, let us beset the just one, because he is obnoxious to us. And maybe even in our little microcosm of our kitchen, when a sibling was in the right and doing the right, if we were doing the wrong, we would prefer that they weren't there because they're a real sharp prick in our conscience, more than the sharpest thorn here on these bushes or thistles. Let us beset the just one because he is obnoxious to us. He sets himself against our doings, reproaches us for our transgressions of the law, and charges us with violations of our training. He professes to have knowledge of God and styles himself a child of the Lord. To us, he is the censor of our thoughts. I think that's a very good expression. The censor of our thoughts. Like a censored movie. A censor is, look at all those puppies. He's like awakening our conscience. And sometimes we prefer our conscience wouldn't wake up because we'd prefer to be able to serenely do our own selfish thing. That's quite the challenge for us. Merely to see him is a hardship for us. Merely to see him is a hardship for us. Somebody is doing their work well and somebody isn't. And that's also rings our conscience awake. The bells go off and say, wake up. And that's also the beautiful gift that people provide us when somebody is doing the good and we're doing the mediocre. Then that becomes a great stimulus for us to wake up. If we have a generous heart that's able to cope with the criticism and the call to reform and to renew ourselves. His life is not like that of the others, and different are his ways. He judges us debased. He holds aloof from our paths as from things impure. He calls blessed the destiny of the just. This is the book of wisdom, people. And boasts that God is his Father. Oh, this must be my friends. They're doing a different thing now. They're leaving the path. They're into the exploration mode. Look at this plant. I just noticed that's why I came up here, and then I saw those guys. So it's coming out of this thistle. It's a different kind of thistle and it's a different kind of flower. It seems to be a little wilted. And maybe this is the same type of guy. Let us see whether his words be true. For if the just one be the Son of God, he will defend him and deliver him from the hand of his foes. Can you imagine the disciples of Jesus reading this passage like they're doing the regular cycle of readings? They have the scriptures, or they remember and they go and check it out. And they can't believe their eyes and ears what they're reading. And then they're saying he talked 3 times about his upcoming passion. And it's all here in the Book of Wisdom. And we didn't connect, we didn't join the dots. We didn't connect the dots. To be able to connect the dots in life. For if the just one be the Son of God, he will defend him and deliver him from the hand of his foes. With revilement and torture, let us put him to the test. Like, what arrogance. Oh, now I see why they didn't go further. Because I told them to be sensitive if the cows were here. These guys know nothing about cows. And I was worried about the bull. If they came across the bull and they weren't able to discern, and the bull might feel provoked. You see these thorns? That's how the good example of truly good people that are humble about their goodness, that are just look at how sharp that thorn, those thorns are. They would prick deeply into the, oh wow, they they draw blood easily. With revilement and torture let us put him to the test, that we may have proof of his gentleness. Wow. Father, forgive them, they do not know what they are doing. That we may have proof of his gentleness, of his meekness, of his incredible resilience in the face of evil, not being provoked to return evil for evil. And that's the path of many a just person in the world, in the turmoil of politics and business, and family contentions and jealousies and envies and all these difficulties we face in life, and the very great variety of perspectives and visions and expectations, and we collide with each other. We may try his patience. Let us condemn him to a shameful death. Wow, it's getting further, going beyond torture to death. For according to his own words, God will take care of him. These were their thoughts, but they erred, for their wickedness blinded them. Wickedness can blind any one of us. Not just Salome in front of John the Baptist. It's interesting that all the prophets were martyred. All the major prophets of the Old Testament, the time of the exile, they were martyred by their own people. They probably weren't easy characters, but speaking the truth is not always welcome. John the Baptist discovered that. And had plenty of time to ponder that while he was in prison. And we see that tension rising in the gospel story today as well. Aren't these calves lovely? There's a bull calf. Love the way they walk as well. The whole movement of their bodies are so graceful. Maybe they're a month old. 9 months of gestation. And less than a year ago, they didn't even exist. People, we leave it like that for today. There's a lot more in the readings. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. We're not delivered to the wicked. And if we hurt people, they're not under our power. God, the Lord is close to them, to the brokenhearted. And maybe the wicked are also brokenhearted because they're divided so deeply interiorly. And they need rescue and redemption from their own selfishness, tenderness and mercy. Maybe they suffer very much hurt themselves and are out of whack with their humanity. People, God bless you. See you later, alligators. Here this beautiful morning.